Good day, everyone. Yeah. So, I want to teach us to brief us on few variations of necklines using our basic bodies. So, but before I start, I need to go to you need to go to page 75 in your pattern textbook. If you don't have, you can get yours as soon as possible. So that's where we have neckline, so that you can read up on how to draft most of the necklines there. So neckline is a necessity that you must always have it on your garment. Without neckline, your garment is incomplete. So how do we derive our neckline? How do we achieve our necklines? It's just two simple methods: your width and the depth. That's what you use in deriving your necklines, whichever styles of neckline you are working with. So your width is being measured on the shoulder line. That's where you measure your neck width from. And the depth is being measured on the center front and center back. So there's one thing about neckline: you might have same kind of neckline for both your front and the back, and as well you can have two different necklines for front and back. For example, you can have a round neckline for front and you can have a V-neck at the back. So you working with depth and the depth and the width is determined by your style. Like whatever style you are creating will determine the kind of neckline you are doing. Or if you are not working with any style, maybe you have something in your head, so that means it's your choice. So it's not necessarily what you have for front must be what you have at the back. No. And it's not necessarily the depth you have at the front must be the same depth at the back. No. But you can as well have it same depth front, same depth back. So now I listed some variations on the board. Like we have the round neck, we have the square neck, we have the U-shaped neckline, we have the boat or canoe neckline, is the same thing. Then we have the V neckline, the cow neckline, the sweetheart neckline, and your cutout neckline. Everything is in the textbook. So coming to my round neckline, we have types of, I said your depth and your width determine your neckline. So for our round neckline now, so under round neck we have the crew neckline, the jewel neckline, then we have the scoop neckline, and the U shape should also fall under round neck, because at the end of the day it still gives you a round like shape. So but because it has little details that is more. So the U neckline is because it has little difference to our normal round neck. So that is it. Now I listed under round neck, I said we have the jewel, we have the crew, and we have the scoop, and we have the round neck. So now the jewel neckline, the crew neckline is the one that comes with your basic pattern. That they are always eye round neck. So this eye round neck, Mr. Dedon, please come, let me use your dress as an example. This is a crew neckline because it's high and it's the basic neckline. So that's an example of crew neckline. So this kind of neckline can be used to draft colors, like if you are making a dress that has color and everything. So you can use your crew neckline to get it. Then if you want a neckline that has like a band, turtleneck, and all those, you make use of your crew neckline. So now let's go to jewel neckline. Draw neckline is also high, but like half inch away from the NP. That's just it for draw neckline. And examples of this draw neckline you can see on t-shirts. Most t-shirts comes with draw neckline. That's a very good example of draw neckline. So the next one is your scoop neckline. The reason why they call it scoop neckline is if you see that scoop that they use to scoop ice cream, you can see the shape. The shape looks something like this. That is why they call it scoop neckline. And to achieve this neckline, your depth matters and the width matters. So if you want to achieve this neckline, your width shouldn't pass midpoint of your shoulder. Take note. Your width shouldn't pass midpoint of the shoulder, and the depth should not pass your chest line. That is moderate. So your chest line. Now, if you're not talking of the proper round neck, yeah, that's like you're now working with your choice now. So you can decide to make it come down, the depth come down, and the width be midpoint of the shoulder. The reason why your width should not pass the width the reason why your width should not pass the mid of the shoulder is because, you know, the deeper the depth, the higher tendency you have for your shoulder to be dropping if it's wider. So you balance the neckline. If you have a depth that is deeper, then you control it with the width. Don't let your width be too far away from your neck point. So, and if you have a shallow depth, then that means you can make your width as wide as you want, but you have to be careful in controlling the width so that it doesn't fall off. And if it should fall off, then it has turned to off shoulder. So let me just make a brief explanation on the pattern. Now, when drafting your neckline on your pattern, make sure you close all necessary darts that you have. You can transfer them temporarily to another location. Like this, your shoulder darts, and you can transfer it to the underarm, because you wouldn't want this dart to interrupt you creating your neckline. So that is why we say always close shoulder darts before constructing your neckline. It is very, very important, and it is key. So another thing you need to take note is your shoulder line, your shoulder slope for back, and your shoulder slope for front, which is the NP to SP front, NP to SP back, must be on the same line. Like it must align. Not that the front will now be longer than the back, or the back shoulder will now be longer than the front. If you find yourself in that kind of situation, all you need to do is alter your shoulder before you draft your neckline. Very, very important. So now, I said I want to do a round neck on my on my pattern. So let's just assume that I've closed my shoulder dart, and I have 14 cm for back, then I must have 14 cm for front. Okay, so now I've checked my two shoulders. That is after I've transferred this dart. transferred my shoulder dart to my underarm temporarily. Then I cross-check my shoulder, front and back. It has to be the same thing. So now for my crew neck, I have an outfit that has this round neck. How do I achieve this neckline or my pattern? First of all, I'm going to check the depth. This is the depth. Whatever I want for this depth, I'll write it out. Then as for the width, I write that one out too. So how do I get the amount of depth that I want? Okay. As we all know that this is our neck base of your body, like this your collarbone, and you want to achieve this depth. All you need to do is place your tape rule on your collarbone right here, then measure wherever depth you want. And remember, I said your round neck shouldn't pass your chest line. So you measure down, or you just use your discretion to pick from your center front. So like this is my chest here. Your chest line is where your cleavage starts. So this is 4.5 here. So all I need to do is place my tape rule here and measure 4.5 as the depth. Like that. So as for the width, you know, I said you shouldn't go further more than half of your shoulder. So if your shoulder is, I don't know, if your shoulder is 13 cm, half of 13